Hi, and welcome to C Programming for Arduino, a step-by-step guide. Previously, we have discussed two types of loops, for loop and while loop. Now let's discuss do-while loop. This is the syntax for do-while loop. As with the while loop, only the second condition is an integral part of the loop structure. It is your responsibility to supply the missing two expressions. Also, although do-while loop structure is similar to a while loop structure, it has one major difference. With a do-while loop, you are guaranteed that the loop body statements are executed at least one time. Consider the following code fragment. When the program control first enters the while loop, the test on the k fails because k was initialized to 1001. Because expression 2 is logic false, the loop body statement to call function do something is never executed. Now let's rewrite the code as do while loop. In this case, the call to the function do something is made although k is initialized to the same value as in the while loop fragment. Therefore, the same conditions for expression 1 cause different results depending on whether you use a while loop or a do while loop structure. The difference is because expression 2 performs its test at the bottom of the loop after the statements in the loop body have been executed at least one time. The break and continue statements are often used within loop structures. Simply stated, a break statement sends program control to the statement that immediately follows the closing brace of the loop body. For example, in for loop, control is sent here. The continue statement immediately sends program control to the test conditions of the loop for this pass through the loop. That is, any statements contained in the loop following the continue statement are ignored when the continue statement executes. For example, in for loop, control is sent here. To understand break statement, consider the following code. This code monitors the temperature of 200 tanks filled with the chemicals. When you find one that has reached a specified temperature, you exit the loop and call a method that adds another ingredient to the tank. So walk through the code concentrating on the while loop. Because counter is initialized to 0, the while test is true as counter is less than or equal to 200. So the code calls read tank temp function which reads the temperature for the tank number 0. That temperature is then assigned into tank temperature variable. Let's assume that the temperature is 150 degrees. The if test will fail, causing counter to be incremented by 1, which now makes the counter equal to 1. The program then uses an if statement to test whether counter is less than max tank count. Because the outcome of the if test is false as the counter is not greater than max tank count, control is passed back to the while loop test expression 2. Because counter is still less than max tank count, the process repeats. Let's suppose the first 50 tanks don't have the required temperature. However, tank number 51 returns a temperature that is equal to goal temperature. Because the two temperatures are equal, the break statement is executed. Because the break statement causes program control to be transferred to the first statement following the closing brace of the loop structure, function add chemicals is called and chemicals are added to tank number 51. The code must then increment the counter. Because these statements are contained within the Arduino C loop function, program control is transferred back to the top of the loop body, and while statement is again tested using the new value of the counter. It should be clear that the break statement is used to exit a loop before the test in the expression 2 would terminate the loop. It should also be pointed out that the break statement only breaks out of the loop containing the break statement. If you are using nested loop, then it may take multiple break statements to completely exit all the loops. To understand break statement, consider the following code. If you walk through the code, then you should be able to convince yourself that the program behaves much the same way it did before, but using a continuous statement rather than a break. Note how the program control is slightly different now. If the tank temperature does not equal the goal temperature, then the continue statement is executed, which sends control to expression 2 of the while statement, thus ignoring all of the statements that follow the continue statement. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Take care and goodbye.